Thank you everyone so much for tuning in and welcome to the International Sound Healing Summit. My name is Eeshira Hart and I am super passionate about the power of sound to bring transformation and healing in our lives. I am so excited to be here and join with you today to share the amazing qualities of sound, the beautiful capacity it has to literally tune us in, to help us shift out of stressful, fearful, unhelpful vibrations to a deeper place of harmony, a deeper place of connection, tuning in with the divine, tuning in with the earth, tuning in with ourselves and everyone. So to start for the summit, I'd love to invite you all to tune in with me. Tuning in with this frequency here that I am going to be vibrating. It's an amazing crystal bowl tuned to a frequency which is tuning us in to unity, and it is helping reset the reptilian brain in our body so that we are shifting out of fight, flight, freeze, and we are shifting into a more loving space, into a more expanded place, and finally a more unified space. When we shift out of disconnection and contraction, we shift into expansion and full connection. So I invite you to take some nice deep breaths and close your eyes and just feel into your body. Drop your attention into your belly. Have your spine aligned, shoulders relaxed. If you're sitting in a chair, having your feet on the floor. And notice where the sound travels through your body. This is speaking to the elements in our body, the carbon, the nitrogen, the oxygen. Where might you be feeling where that energy is not flowing? Breathe into it. So breathing, feeling, opening, softening, expanding, unifying, Thank you for tuning in wherever you are on this beautiful planet. We are so happy to join with you today for the International Sound Summit. My name is Eeshira Hart, and I am joined from Germany by Andreas Körber. Welcome to you, Andreas.
Welcome. Thank you for the inviting, and I'm very happy and glad to be here with you and with you all. Yes, thank you so much.
Great. Well, I'm tuning in with you all from Bali, and this will be going out a little bit later than planned. We had a few technical issues, and so it is what it is. And I don't have Wi-Fi, and I'm doing this on my phone, but amazing. Was given 12 gigabytes of data instead of my usual far smaller quota, but that was perfect because otherwise I wouldn't be able to be speaking with you now. So we are going to be tuning in with Andreas and his amazing gifts. So a little bit to share about you. Andreas, I heard about you through Thornton. You are both good friends, and you have an amazing software which is tuning people in on a soul level, and through the language of number and the language of frequency, you are able to support people on some amazing transformation. And you showed me a little bit about myself, and it was very insightful, I have to say, very eye-opening, and I really enjoyed that. So I'm sure for all those watching everywhere that you will also find it informative, because it is speaking to the sacred mass inside us and the frequency that pervades everything. So I'm going to hand it over to you, Andreas, and sending you all much love from Bali. And yeah, Andreas, over to you.
Oh, thank you. That's great. But also a big surprise. I had also a lot of glitches today with everything, it seems, yes. but I know I'm not 18 years old. I know what this messages tell me about how important is this, yes? Because first of all, my life with frequencies or music and wording and meaning and geographic stuff and the geometric stuff. So the runes, the ancient runes, what they meant to the bodies in formulas, holy, like in yoga, yes, and all this is language, all this is communication, and I not realized it very. You know, you live your life, I live my life, and 10 years later, I realize what 10 years before was really happened. Yes, and that's the cycles in the life. And now I'm 55, 55 years old, and the more older I get, I become. The more I understand what I was experiencing as I was in school as a 7-year-old guy. I looked at the letters and the numbers, and I saw, okay, the first one is A, B is the second, C the third. So I realized there's a code. And then 35 years later, in between, I had some attachment with all this spiritual, psychic, psychology, the minerals, the crystals, the colors, what they're doing to us from the alchemistic perspective. And that was very strong. And then I came to the numerology, we say in Germany. And then, as I was 25, I left this way and came back to another part of spirituality. Yeah, excuse me. I learned since 1 year to make my English better. Yes, so excuse me if I stutter a little bit. So as I was 25, then I met God. Yes. For the American people, it's usual to be in a Baptistic church, yes. But here in Germany, it's unusual way to go in church, because there we're making music, we're celebrate God, yes. We're dancing and we're shouting and we're praying loud out our wishes for the world and so. And a little bit like in black churches in America, yes. And all the time from 25 on, I was in the servant of worship leading with 10, 20 peoples on the stage, and we are making tours through North or East Germany. And the old churches to reform them with the Holy Spirit, with the power of God, not only with the numb word. So if you understand what I mean, yes. And later I have to go out there, 13 years later, 11 years later, because I realized. I was a male nurse, yes. So I'm from the I'm ordinated male nurse not from the church, from the yes, in the job I'm learning 3.5 years, and that was a crossing time between my life as a musician, my life as a healer, and my life as a healer in a double sense, as a job in the hospital on the inner medicine, and then in the church on the third way. Yeah, music, healing stuff, and the church, the spirituality. And that seems the three parts of body, soul, and spirit to be for me. And then I made a lot of healing services, one time in a month, 150, 200 people. And then we toured through North, East Germany. Sometimes there were 300 people, sometimes 3,000. And it was really intense, high-level spiritual journey. Yes, and so many people were healed, and from illness where the medicine says no chance, you have to die, or you have your whole life trouble with your heart, with your back, and so on. And in all the experience that I made out of my job in the hospital, there was that my way was path was filled with healings over healings. In the private, in my private life, when I'm on the road or I have to pay something on a fuel station, and I realize, okay, behind me is a woman who tells the other her friend he has breast cancer, and they want to cut up her breasts, and then these experiences I had in my private time, tons of this, yes, hundreds, all the time, because I'm very expressive. I'm not shame on my belief, yes, and on the power of God, and because I saw it hundreds of times, yes. So I had no time just for me without serving other people. Yes, I did it in my job. I did it in my music. My music was in the church. The church was a healing services, and every week at home I had open end from 8 o'clock in the evening, healing sessions, and until the mornings. And there was no time just to be. If I don't, maybe it sounds a little bit spooky, yeah, for people who had not these experiences of many healings in their social network. But in my case, it was my life. It was my reality. I saw this so often and so much, and I loved it. But in the year 2007, I realized I want to make the healing stuff undependent or undependent on me as a person, as a human being, because it was too much. If you have the possibility to heal very quick, yeah, very quick, then you do it everywhere, and you see everywhere ill, diseased people. Yeah, everybody around you seems to be have any very critical disease. Yes, and that was too much, and so I decided I want to make it independent from me, so that I not own everywhere needed. Yes, for most people it would be nice to be needed. Yes, but sometimes it could be too much. Sometimes I need my own in my own case. Yes, in my life, and then I remembered, as I was 7 years old in the school, and if one is A and 2 is B, and I remembered it in the Kabbalah, yes, the Hebrew numerology. And then I realized that I used it in a very spiritual way, combined with mathematics, where I was always very, very, very good. Yes, but not in the way like the school teaches me what mathematics is. I found I had always the best points in the works in the school, from the first until the last class. I had a 1, yes, the best censure, yes. But I used it very quick if I hear a name of somebody and the birthday. Yes. So in a short first communication with someone I met new, I after 5 minutes I tell him a lot about his life, and that was all calculated. Yes, it's numerology. It's the entanglement between the fine ether information structures of the formants. The formants are the overtone series, and you can hear the overtone series if you make a little with your own mouth. Each one of you can try this. If your mic is, you can try it at home. You change from the mu to the mu, and I make it a little bit with breathing before, and then you can hear what is mathematics, like stairway steps, yes, like a digital, like digits, like numbers, like letters, yes, like tellers, because the storytelling lays in the overtones series. And by the way, that's the prime number what Bernhard Riemann predicted with his Riemann's equation. There we can see the whole overtone series as a stairway, like the changing measurements between the prime numbers, it's the same. Yes, all overtones at the same time is the same as the prime number changing. I don't know the English word, but I think you understand what I say. So if I change from mu to mu, then it sounds so. What's the high overtones, the high notes of this? So the entanglement, or we could say the quantum mechanics between chemistry and the ether. Ether is just one aggregate status. Yes, a state of matter. In the usual mainstream university pregnated world, we only knew three states of matter. This is frozen, yeah, so solid, or the second one is fluid, so smelt, and the third one is gaseous, so water, gas. If you are cooking water by 100 degrees Celsius. And all these three are dependent on temperature, Temperatur in German we say, or tempo. So tempo is rhythm. 4 beats per second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes? And these rhythms are frequencies, cycles of repeating. And this is the stuff where the whole universe in the three states of matter, and there's a fourth state we call plasma. A German professor Pollack, I think was his name. He brings it as a scientist in the world. It's the little surface on the water in the water glass with touches on the glass wall. Yes. So, but about the plasma and the cooking water and so on, and the fluid and the frozen ice, there are three more states of matter, and these three more states of matter are three kinds of ether, or should I say three layers or three spectrums of ether. So these are all. I don't want to be too much in the science stuff with numbers and mathematics and so on, but I want scientific bridge between spirituality and science. Yes. So in the ether, there are the formants structured by what I just showed, the overtone series. And these overtone series going higher and higher until we can't hear them, about 20,000 hertz. And higher, there comes the taste on the tongue in our mouth. How nice our food is taste, yes? That's about 60, 70, 80 kilohertz. And then it goes a little bit higher, faster, higher, the frequencies. And then comes megahertz, between 50 megahertz and 450 megahertz. And that is a range of smelling. And on the taste, we have five or six different tastes variabilities. And in the smelling from the nose, we have 350. And all these senses we have his own spectrums of frequencies. So very clear, scientifically defined until the seventh ether, the seventh state of matter, the third ether. About plasma was the first one, yes, and the fourth one's plasma. So I got it as a gift, like it felt in my arms as I tried to find something that combines quantum physics or quantum mechanics, spirituality, a very high kind of spirituality with the power of God, the real creator power to change things that the most people would say that can't be changed. Yes. And that happens. I saw that and I experienced it 100 times. About 11 years from as I was in this church, yes, and I was in the leading position of worship leading, to bring the people in the front of the temple, in the front of God, yes. But this was for me always the whole time in this church, the body of the human being. This is a temple, not a church built out of or institution with tax paying and all these structures. Yes, I not want to say this is all wrong, but this is not free and this is not spiritual. This is not holy. Healing comes from, in German is very clear. Heal, heil, whole is ganz, whole. It's also the hole. It's a black hole where you can make your finger through, yes. So from the speaking words, the sound, the phonetic sound of our words, it depends everything on the overtone series. So when we use our voice, then we can tell stories about just a little bit changing the overtones. You understand what I want to say? I'm sure. And if we use this, then we can feel how our endocrine system produces cocktails of endocrine secrecies. Secrets. Yes, you know, the fluid ones. And these harmonic cocktails brings us in this whole emotions we are able to have. Music is able to do this. Poetic is lyric is able to do this. To play with colors and light and sound and shapes and geometry, like art is. Yes, art is an artist is a creator who creates sometimes totally new things, but he creates this with the separated fractals of the whole machine. Maybe I could call it a nature machine, yes? The whole parts, the instruments, and put it together and make the big symphony and make a big feeling and make people happy. And, you know, if we are happy, our pineal gland produces 5-MeO-DMT, dimethyltryptamine. And that our pineal gland produces tryptophan and changes it to piluine, and then it puts some things away, like Mao hammer. In Germany, we call it Mao hammer, monoamino oxidase hinderer. And when our pineal gland produces enough of this 5-MeO-DMT, then all the grids and barriers and disillusions fell, yes, and felt. And if they fall, then you are wide with your own spirit, not only with your soul, with your spirit. Your spirit is wide, and you can touch any information in the whole universe. And that's a point what the rishis and the whole gurus always told us about the bliss of enlightenment. And this enlightenment is not light. It's not very easy. Yes, because enlightenment brings with it the responsibility to make all the time what your heart telling you, and everyone's heart is telling the world, hello, here I am, I have gifts, I want to give it to the world, I want to be a servant for the world, so we all of us can be happy and have a good economy to change the best diamonds we are able to give each one another. But I think I have to look a little bit on the clock, because I want to show a little bit from my software with what's a reaching point. The healing is depends, or the wholeness and the holiness depends on good tuning with the elements, with the planets, with the chemistry, with the physics, with the biophysics, with the biofield, with the light, with all the ingredients. I think it's the word. What makes a paradise, to experience a paradise, to not only to get what we can get, more than that, to give our whole gifts, our diamonds, our talents, our what we are good in and what we want to express more out. And this I focused in 2008, I think 2009. Yes, 2009, in a software which includes technology. I called it, the first one was quantum mechanics. Then the second one was, English, spirituality. The third one was technology. Yes, I want to make it big. In German we say Hochzeit, high time. In English we call it marriage. Yes, if the bride and the brightness, I don't know yes, you know what, the woman and the man, marriage, and they have a high time. In German eben Hochzeit, or high age, or golden age, we could call it. And this happens in the software. Now, first of all, I think I make a little bit music. Now is one of these moments when the big marriage of quantum mechanics, spirituality, and technology didn't work. But it doesn't matter, 'cause what I want to tell you, the entanglement between words and frequencies. So I explain a little bit what my software can do. If you give your words in the text field, then it calculated the numbers of the letters and make a frequency. And then you can decide if you want to stabilize the state of your current. And you can decide if you have to reharmonize with the complementary frequency and the colors. And in 256 seconds that you see the color and hear the tone, the whole channel opens in the mechanical way through technology. Yes, it does. And it did hundreds of times. Yes, but I can show you the picture of the what you can see there. Yes. Now you can see the colorful surface of my software. Yes. Like so. You can see it. Okay. We can put here the name of the patient, of the disease people, of the people who have problems with their bodies, with their anatomy, with their social life, with their themes that brings them in troubles in their life. You can write your words in this field here in the top, in the left top side here, and can just store it. Yes. Yeah. Now I store Eeshi-Ra, and then it's Hart. It's right. H-R-A-T. Is that right?
That's right. I've got two middle names as well, if you wanted to add those in, but.
Yes, you can give me.
Verity, V-E-R-I-T-Y.
V-E-R?
I-T-Y.
I-T-Y.
And then Anne, A-N-N-E.
A-N-N-E. So, oh, it's the same frequency as my friend Michael Tellinger. Michael Julius Tellinger.
Yes, you said that. That's amazing.
Yes, I made a song. It's on YouTube. Maybe I can give you the link later, or you can just here on the screens at home. You can search for it. It's Michael Tellinger, 245 hertz.
Mhm.
It's the title of the video from Andreas Körber. Andreas Körber.
Right.
Then you can hear it. I tuned my guitar right on this name from him, so it would be also very nice to you, Eeshira. Excuse me.
Great.
Um, so, and what we can now see here on the screen is on the left side here. You can see my mouse. Yes, my mouse is surrounding here.
Yep. Yeah.
A mother cradles a child now dead and alone on a darkened street. And that's how we make love. And we won't be back for sure, 'cause I still love you. Dance beneath the olive trees, down to towered Camelot. He said he'd be here in the spring. So all the sentences that comes here is just from the English Standard Bible library here in my software. And there are, I think, just only two artists, Lorena McKenneth. The whole lyrics of all her songs are put in this library, yes. And that's a base library from where all the sentences here come. And the second one was the black singer Seal, yes, Seal, Seal. And we can also use other libraries, but in German we have just only the most of them we have in Germany, but with the module that is also in the software we can use to implementate or import all the scriptures you have in digital form, like PDFs, like Word datas, Word data, German we say, document data, and so. And you can import your whole library if you have it in digital form, yes. And that is very, very, very great, because we made it in Germany with the Goethe's Faust. Yes, here in the top on the right side in the library section, we have Goethe's Faust, and Goethe's Faust is a standard Werk. In Germany, we say Standardwerk. Where everything included, the whole science about music, about color, about chemistry, alchemistry, geometric, holy geometric, the old runes, the old everything, the whole parts of what we call since about 12,000 years science is there included. Yes, so a very great Werk, as work. Oh, okay, Werk and work. Yes, and then what happens with the one who puts his problem or his name or the name as he named his problems? That's the way how it works. Yes, we give our problems names and diagnoses and hurts and very powerful words. Yes, like Hercules is a powerful name. And if we give our illness and our diseases powerful name, like chronic obstructive lung deficit, yes, cold, then it sounds so strong as it is, yes. And so if we look in the Bible, God says we should give everything in the world a name, and so we named it. And how we name it, so is it, or like it is, we name it. Yes, nomen est omen. Yeah. and it sounds like it is. So that's the etheric way of overtone series of the story between the letters, between the notes, the single words. There's more information in it as we can speak just with grammatical letters. Yes, and so what leads us to the holiness and to the wholeness of the healing state, of the health state, is our feeling. And if we read here in these lines something that touched our heart, maybe it makes us fear for something, or we feel very hugged and embraced and warm in our heart, then we have two parameters. Is it good? Feels it good, or feels it not good? And if it feels not good, we take here the duration time and on 256 seconds and push this reharmonize button. And then on the screen, but for now I make just 8 seconds, we get the I hope this was not too loud. Was it too loud? One top? Okay. So you could see, and on my earphones it was very loud. You could see the color and the 24 octaves deeper sound of the tone, of the sinus tone, like the bolts, the singing bolts. It's a little bit in this range of the singing bolts. Yes.
Yeah, like a sine wave.
Yes, it's a sine wave, genau. And because we combine the color, the complementary color, with the frequency of the word. And I told it, this code is not very secret. It's A is 1, B is 2, until 26 is Z. Yes, so OE is. That's only for German. We have Ö and Ä and with the 2 points on the letter. But this is all included, and it's based on every. If you hear it now, there was a little phasing. Yes, and this is on any word you give in the software and reharmonize it. So the name is the problem or the thing you want to change, or you want to bring in higher energy. Yes, then you push the button here in the bottom, stabilize. Any sinus wave that plays in my software in the earphones, you have to use earphones, has this 1 divide through 0.89. This is the number that creates the Fibonacci sequence as a frequency. Because 100% of everything, of anything, 100%, the whole, it's a 90. It's a rectangle. It's 0 degree until. Oh, I have to make it so. Yes, 0 degree until 90 degree, and between them are 98 single graduations. You know what I mean? Yes, and these, if you divide this whole rectangle, because everything is gridded, the electric gridded in the universe in rectangles, 90 degrees rectangles, like a net that is flexible because it's built out of little um, balls or spheres. We have to say spheres, like soap bubbles, and this 90-degree rectangle divide, or this whole thing divide through 89 is 1.1235813 and so on. The Fibonacci sequence, and cause we use any problem you're given the software or you want to heal in as the changing of the frequency on the right side, it's a half of the 1.12358 and so on. So it calls 0.59179 higher, and on the right side 0.56179 hertz lower, and that makes the interference as a delta wave. It's a very, very deep state. It's a state a little bit before we born or we die. Yes, in the theta waves we have a deep, very deep state of where we can make lucid dream experiences and so on. But in the delta, a little bit deeper, we are near the point of the white little point in the end of the tunnel. Yes, like the bridge from death to life, or life to death, or from be or not to be, to not to be.
That's fascinating. So what can be the effect of if someone comes to you and they have this reharmonization? Do they feel that their lives changes? What are the benefits? Can you share that with
Yes,
me?
yes, good question. Thank you. Very good question. Because I've did it, all the work I've did, because I don't want more people come to me. Yes, I want to bring it to the world that they can use it by their own. Yes, so it has to be very easy, and I don't know if you see this, how easy this surface of this software is. It's not many things. If you use it one day, you think, oh, so less small things to do. Yes, but what I found is in the last 10 years, I made a lot of experiences. I teach now medicine doctors and so on, healing natural healers, and so the whole stuff of, but only also astrophysics and inventors for free energy machines and so on, or the next level of market for the electromobility that they use on the grid to charge the cars through induction. They use the right frequencies that they make not the people ill, or maybe a child is dying if he goes with a hand under the car while the car is charging. Yes, so these people from the next generation of technologies in our automobility industry comes to my seminars, and that I like. I bring all my experience from the healing, the spirituality, from the technology, from the science stuff and background, from the chemistry, from the alchemistry, yeah? In the state of using in our new technologies, because this is what the world is need. Yes, so necessary.
That's so true. That's so true. So how do people find this software? How can they get connected? And do you have an offer to give people today?
Yes, I have. I think I sent you what was a few weeks ago,
Yeah.
2 offers. The first offer is, but let me first answer your question. on my website is everything in German. On my first website, the experience, the people were healed by from or in German we say Bandscheibenvorfall, when the back the little in the kundalini in the backbone
Spine. Yeah.
yeah, when it's dropping out of to the side, yes, then and without any operation, without medicals, in 3 days, complete healed. One to use the software just one time, 256 seconds, yes, and or 4 weeks ago, a woman got the software, and he had breast cancer, and he was very angry, not angry, fearful, yes, and also angry about it, of course.
Sure.
And she used it, and 4 days later, she went to the doctor, and everything is gone. And this happens since 7 years in so many diseases and diagnoses, because this was my goal I wanted to reach, that I could be free from this every time. So the ever smiling healer, yeah, you can use me everywhere, yes, that was not very good for me, yes.
Right. So how can people find your website? Can you I can also put a link below the video.
Yes, the link, it's yeah, put the link, and I can tell it. It's WKS point global minus France dot ch.
Great. And
Yes.
can people get an offer for watching
Yes.
today?
The offer would be the but I don't think that I can start it from here, because my Bildschirm the offer was I sent you the link of a video that activates the pineal gland with the bluish indigo bluish screen. You remember this?
I will check back through the emails, and we'll make sure that that link is available below the video.
Yeah, yeah, because this you can use all just by looking on it on YouTube. Yeah. But you have to use a very good, not a very good, but a good headphone, yeah, that makes sure that your ear is inner side of this capsule. Mm-hmm. Yes, it's very important that the Fibonacci spiral of the ear is untouched, or the most of it is untouched. Yes, because you have your own sound. It's all vibrates in your individual way and shape. And then you make it dark in the room, and look in the screen, and use this, and then concentrate, just never just look through the screen in the color, and after 7.5 minutes you are a little bit updated in your pineal gland. But it's not a guarantee, it's an option. Yeah? Always, yeah, we have to say it's an option. It's not a guarantee. I think it's very good to say this, because it's not serious if any doctor or someone else tells you that you are be healed if you use my thing. Yes? Because it's not true. It's just only resonance effects if there's a wavelength and the chemistry is right between, and there's a channel. Yes, and not. Do not think that the software do this alone. It's the entanglement between my intention, which come out of my spirit to create this, to bring this in the world, and then your feelings while you read the words and the sentences and use the frequencies and the colors. But I can, it's very proved that all the frequencies that they come from the letters uh, um, here you can see the chemistry elements. This is all science proved, and
Right.
so all the effects that come out comes from the entanglement from everything to everything, and you can all
and also
download
the patient's intention, like the person who's using
yeah
the software, their intention, their
not
readiness.
only
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm a little bit because I think the time is over. Yes, so I'm a little bit
We are
stressed.
up to time now.
But the last I want to say was you can download the software and then can decide on the main menu if you want to upgrade it to what you can see on the website or also in a tabula.
Right.
You can
Is it
grade it
called
up.
Word Energy Oscillation, or does it have a different title?
Yes.
Because I'm seeing here, Word Energy Oscillation.
Yes, Wortkraftschwingung is also a second website, but it's all in German. Yes, but if someone can reads German, then it's Wortkraftschwingung.net, also .net.
Okay, so there's a link from that first website that you quoted for people to find the software, yes?
This one to find the software immediately to download the and see what the possibilities and the options of the different options is, yes. Yeah. That was wks.global-france.ch. And the video that we should include it here, everybody can use it on the internet, yes?
Yeah, we can put a link so people can access it. Right.
Okay. I show a little bit more my mouth here.
So thank you so much, Andreas, for sharing your brilliant software. What an amazing idea for people to have as a tool to help themselves harmonize at such a challenging time of planetary transformation, so that people have something that they can help themselves with. That's great.
Yeah.
Lovely.
That's my intent. That's my wish.
Beautiful. And if they've got physical challenges, that it can actually help that too. That's really good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people are getting benefit. For everyone watching, thank you so much for checking out Andreas's interview, and we will be tuning in. We're joined by Thornton.
Hello, Thornton.
Hey, Thornton, hello from London.
Hi there. I'm just going to have a quick word. I don't know whether it's going to end up on the final draft of it all.
Okay,
but,
yeah, go for it.
I did want to give you guys an update because, as you know, Gaurav is our main man when it comes to the IT, and I think because it's sort of 4 in the morning there, I think he probably dozed off on his keyboard and he's still a bit out. But fortunately, all of our normal channels are open, and people are watching the second presentation. So what we'll do is we'll obviously just upstream this one and latch it onto the train, and of course most people will watch these amazing videos from now on, and you know, one day there'll be 30,000 people have seen this one. So
wow.
Beautiful that we've got it in the can. And I have to commend I really do have to commend Eeshira for being so kind of on it with her sort of seamless hosting. Wasn't that impressive, Andreas?
It was very nice. It was totally different as I wanted. Yes, because the whole day here, everything I started to implement, it crushed, worked not, didn't happen, and it was so clearly and struggling in me. And then I came in the room of the Zoom, and then there's the same, yes, and okay, and then I got my heartbeat goes a little bit faster and so on. Yes, and so and then it was very very nice because God is good and we are loving peoples and we love each other and no one is our enemy and so everything is okay and I loved it really. Yes.
So, well, you worked out that we're all in different places in the world. Some of the speakers are in America, our hostess is in Bali, the IT's in India on sleep mode. I'm in England, you're in Germany.
Yes.
Our guests, who many are online and commenting about what we're doing, are all over the world. And it hasn't cost us anything to do it because of the love you're speaking about, which just all of us putting the energy in. And like I said, with our events, what happens is, you know, maybe a few hundred people will watch it live, but more and more and more and more people will see these fabulous kind of leading edge, you know, sort of windows on what I now call sound medicine.
Yeah.
It's sound.
Yes.
So lots of love to you, Andreas. I think we're going to let you get off and go to bed. I'm sure it's very late. You probably want a cold German beer after all of that.
I drink no alcohol most of the time, but I have no, it's not a sacrifice. And I tell a little bit about it, my wife.
Good idea.
She's very trembling for she know that my English was all the time very small, and since the last year as we working together and Sophie, it becomes more and more safer. And I love and I thank you, Thornton, for the possibility to make this. And now I'm a little bit holier.
Yeah. Well, you're definitely global now, my friend. I'm sure people will listen to this presentation and be stunned at the contribution you've made. And I'm sure when there's an Oscar for sound medicine, you'll win one.
Yeah, thank you so much, brother.
All right, well, I'm going to sign off. And we've got other pre-recorded presentations that we've all recorded in the last couple of days. So we're good to go, but we'll let you go to bed, Andreas. Thanks so much for staying up late.
Thank you too.
God bless you.
And thank you, Eeshira, for your servant. Yes.
Yes, my pleasure. And thank you for everything you're bringing, all your beautiful gifts. And I'm sure
that's my heart. Yes.
Yeah,
bye. Ciao.
Really feel you. Thank you so much.
Bye.